Ladies and gentlemen, let us consider for a moment the essence of a good woman. She is not ordinary, nor is she common. She is designed, refined, and destined to win. But what makes her win? A good woman knows her purpose. She is not defined by others, but by her God-given assignment. She understands that life is not about drifting aimlessly or conforming to fleeting trends, but about fulfilling a divine mission. A good woman's purpose is not just something she does, it is who she is. It shapes her identity, guides her decisions, and sustains her through challenges. She is not content to live life passively because she knows she has been placed on this earth for a reason that transcends the superficial and the temporary. Her purpose gives her clarity. In a world that often seeks to distract and confuse, a good woman's sense of purpose acts as her compass. While others may be swayed by popular opinion or crippled by fear of judgment, she moves with conviction. Her purpose informs her priorities, helping her determine what deserves her time, energy, and attention. She does not waste her strength on trivial pursuits because she knows she is here to make an impact, not to impress. This clarity also empowers her with resilience. When setbacks arise, a good woman does not crumble under pressure. She understands that challenges are part of the journey, not the end of the story. Her purpose gives her the endurance to press on, to rise when she falls, and to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. She knows that every difficulty she faces is refining her, strengthening her for what lies ahead. Because she is purpose-driven, she can walk through the fire without being consumed. Her purpose also shapes her relationships. A good woman knows that the people she allows into her life should align with the direction of her calling. She does not entertain negativity or distraction, but surrounds herself with individuals who uplift and challenge her to grow. She chooses her companions wisely, understanding that her assignment is too significant to be derailed by toxic influences or unproductive alliances. Her relationships are purposeful, rooted in mutual respect, shared values, and a commitment to growth. Moreover, a good woman's purpose is not selfish, it is always connected to service. She understands that her gifts, talents, and opportunities are not just for her benefit, but for the good of others. Whether she is a mother nurturing her children, a leader inspiring her team, or a friend offering encouragement, she recognizes that her purpose is fulfilled in the lives she touches. She is a giver, not a taker, and her generosity leaves a legacy that outlives her. Purpose also gives a good woman a sense of fulfillment. She does not measure her success by material possessions or societal standards, but by how well she is living out her assignment. This fulfillment is not tied to external achievements, but to an inner sense of alignment with her calling. Even when the world cannot see her efforts or applaud her sacrifices, she remains steadfast because she knows she is walking in her purpose. This sense of purpose makes her unstoppable. She is not easily intimidated by the opinions of others or paralyzed by fear of failure. She moves forward boldly, not because she has all the answers, but because she knows her steps are guided. She is willing to take risks, to step out of her comfort zone, and to embrace the unknown because she trusts the process and the one who has called her. A good woman also understands that purpose is not static, it evolves with time and experience. She is constantly growing, learning, and refining her understanding of her assignment. She seeks wisdom and remains teachable, knowing that each season of life brings new opportunities to fulfill her calling in different ways. She is not afraid of change because she understands that growth is a natural part of purpose. Furthermore, her purpose gives her peace. While others may chase after temporary success or validation, she rests in the knowledge that she is exactly where she is meant to be. This peace does not mean her journey is without challenges, but it does mean she faces them with a calm assurance. She knows that she is not alone, that her efforts are not in vain, and that her life is part of a greater plan. Her purpose also makes her a beacon of inspiration. Others are drawn to her strength, her clarity, and her unwavering faith. Her life becomes a testimony of what it means to live intentionally, to rise above mediocrity, and to pursue what truly matters. She does not seek to be admired, but her dedication to her purpose naturally commands respect. She shows others what is possible when one is aligned with their calling and committed to their values. A good woman knows that purpose is not about perfection, it is about persistence. She understands that she will make mistakes, face setbacks, and encounter moments of doubt, but these do not define her. What defines her is her determination to keep going, to learn from her experiences, and to keep her eyes fixed on her assignment. Her purpose is not just a destination but a journey, one that she embraces wholeheartedly. This deep sense of purpose is the foundation of her victories. It is what keeps her grounded when the storms of life rage and what propels her forward when the path seems unclear. It is what gives her the courage to dream big, to take bold steps, and to overcome the odds. Her purpose is her power, and it is the reason she always wins. A good woman's worth is intrinsic. She doesn't seek validation from the world because she carries an internal understanding of her value. She knows that her identity is not defined by external accolades, material possessions, or the fleeting opinions of others. Her value is rooted in who she is, not in what she does or what she has. This internal confidence radiates in her demeanor, her decisions, and her relationships, making her a force of quiet but undeniable strength. Her worth does not fluctuate with circumstances. While the world often attaches value to beauty, wealth, or status, a good woman understands that these are transient and unreliable. Her worth is timeless because it is tied to her character, her faith, and her sense of purpose. Even when faced with criticism, rejection, or failure, she remains unshaken because her value is not up for negotiation. She is secure in the knowledge that she is fearfully and wonderfully made, a masterpiece designed with intentionality and love. This intrinsic worth gives her freedom from the exhausting pursuit of people's approval. She does not live to please others, nor does she allow their opinions to dictate her choices. She makes decisions based on her values and principles, not on the pressures of conformity. This independence is not arrogance, it is a quiet assurance that she is enough as she is. She recognizes that her worth is not something to be proven, but something to be embraced. A good woman also understands that seeking validation from the world is a losing game. The world's standards are ever-changing, often contradictory, and impossible to satisfy. By anchoring her worth within, she rises above the noise and remains true to herself. She does not compromise her integrity or authenticity to fit in because she knows that her true power lies in her uniqueness. This internal understanding of value also allows her to set boundaries. A good woman does not allow others to treat her with disrespect or take advantage of her kindness. She understands that valuing herself means protecting her peace, her time, and her energy. She knows when to say no, when to walk away, and when to stand her ground. These boundaries are not about keeping others out, but about ensuring that her interactions are rooted in mutual respect and love. Her worth gives her the confidence to dream boldly and act fearlessly. She does not allow fear of failure to hold her back because she understands that her value is not tied to outcomes. She knows that she is worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment simply because of who she is. This belief fuels her ambition and gives her the courage to pursue her goals with passion and perseverance. At the same time, her sense of worth makes her humble. She does not feel the need to boast or compete because she is secure in her identity. She celebrates the successes of others without feeling threatened, knowing that their victories do not diminish her own. Her humility is a reflection of her inner strength, a quiet confidence that does not demand recognition but naturally commands respect. This intrinsic value also influences how she treats others. A good woman sees the worth in everyone she encounters because she understands her own. She does not belittle or dismiss others, regardless of their status or situation. Instead, she uplifts, encourages, and inspires, reflecting the same respect and dignity she carries within herself. Her interactions are marked by kindness, empathy, and a genuine desire to bring out the best in others. Her internal sense of value also makes her resilient. Life may throw challenges her way, but she does not allow them to define her. She knows that her worth is not diminished by hardship, failure, or loss. Instead, she uses these experiences as opportunities for growth and transformation. She emerges from difficulties stronger, wiser, and more determined, her sense of worth intact and unshaken. A good woman's intrinsic value is also a source of peace. She does not waste her time comparing herself to others or striving to meet unrealistic expectations. Instead, she focuses on her own journey, content in the knowledge that she is enough. This peace is not complacency, but a quiet strength that allows her to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and dignity. This understanding of worth is what allows a good woman to love deeply and authentically. Because she does not need others to validate her, she can give freely without fear of rejection or need for reciprocation. Her love is not conditional or self-serving. It is an expression of the abundance she carries within. She loves not from a place of lack, but from a place of wholeness, and this makes her love transformative. Ultimately, a good woman's worth is her anchor. It keeps her steady in a world that often tries to diminish, commodify, or exploit. It reminds her of her inherent dignity, her irreplaceable uniqueness, and her infinite potential. This internal understanding of value is not just her strength, it is her victory. It is why she cannot be easily shaken, manipulated, or defeated. It is why, no matter what life throws at her, she always rises. A good woman wins by applying wisdom in every situation. She listens, learns, and leads with understanding. Wisdom is her weapon, a tool she wields with precision and purpose. It is not the accumulation of knowledge alone, but the ability to discern the right path, the right words, and the right actions at the right time. A good woman understands that knowledge is powerful, but wisdom transforms knowledge into meaningful impact. Her wisdom begins with listening. She listens not just to respond, but to understand. She listens to others with empathy, seeking to grasp their perspective before forming her own. She listens to life itself, observing patterns, learning from experiences, and drawing lessons from the successes and failures of others. She knows that wisdom often comes in whispers, and only those who are still enough to hear will grasp it. But she does not stop at listening, she learns. A good woman is a perpetual student, open to growth and self-improvement. She recognizes that life is her classroom, and every situation, whether joyous or challenging, is an opportunity to learn. She is not afraid to admit when she doesn't know something, nor does she let pride prevent her from seeking counsel. She seeks wisdom from elders, mentors, books, and even her mistakes, knowing that true strength lies in humility and a willingness to grow. Her wisdom is also reflected in how she communicates. She chooses her words carefully, understanding their power to build or destroy. A good woman speaks with kindness, clarity, and purpose. She does not engage in gossip or idle chatter, for she knows that wise words carry weight and should be used intentionally. Even in conflict, she tempers her responses with grace, knowing that wisdom often lies in choosing peace over pride. When it comes to decision-making, wisdom is her compass. She does not rush into action or act on impulse. Instead, she takes time to evaluate her options, consider the consequences, and weigh the impact of her choices. She is not swayed by fleeting emotions or external pressures, but seeks a deeper understanding before acting. Her decisions are rooted in her values and her vision, ensuring that her actions align with her purpose. Wisdom also allows her to discern people and situations. A good woman has the ability to see beyond appearances and understand the true nature of those around her. She can recognize genuine intentions from deceitful ones and align herself with individuals who support her growth. She does not waste time trying to force relationships or opportunities that are not meant for her, but trusts that wisdom will guide her to the right connections. Her leadership is another testament to her wisdom. A good woman leads with understanding, compassion, and a clear vision. She does not dominate or control, but inspires and empowers those around her. Her leadership is not about position, but about influence. Whether in her family, her workplace, or her community, she sets an example of integrity, resilience, and thoughtfulness. Her wisdom shines in how she navigates challenges, unites people, and brings out the best in others. Wisdom also teaches her patience. A good woman understands that not every battle needs to be fought, and not every problem needs to be solved immediately. She knows when to wait, when to step back, and when to trust the timing of life. This patience is not passivity, but an active trust that the right opportunities will come when the time is right. Her ability to wait with faith and composure often leads her to greater victories than she could have achieved through haste. Another hallmark of her wisdom is her ability to adapt. A good woman is not rigid in her thinking or resistant to change. She understands that wisdom sometimes means letting go of old ways to embrace new possibilities. She adjusts her plans when necessary, learns from unexpected turns, and remains flexible without compromising her values. Her adaptability is a reflection of her strength, her resilience, and her trust in the journey. A good woman also uses her wisdom to build and preserve relationships. She understands the importance of communication, forgiveness, and compromise. She does not hold grudges or let minor conflicts destroy meaningful connections. Instead, she seeks to resolve issues with understanding and grace. She knows when to stand firm and when to extend mercy, balancing strength and softness in a way that nurtures healthy relationships. Her wisdom extends beyond herself. A good woman uses her insights to uplift and guide others. She shares her lessons, mentors those who seek her advice, and encourages others to pursue their own growth. Her wisdom becomes a source of light for those around her, inspiring them to think deeply, act wisely, and live intentionally. Ultimately, wisdom is her greatest ally. It gives her the clarity to see through confusion, the strength to overcome challenges, and the foresight to prepare for the future. With wisdom, she turns obstacles into opportunities, conflicts into lessons, and failures into stepping stones. It is her weapon in a world that often values noise over substance and haste over thoughtfulness. A good woman wins not by brute force or cunning, but by the quiet, consistent application of wisdom. It is her wisdom that shapes her path, secures her victories, and ensures that she triumphs with grace and dignity. A good woman influences her environment. Her presence brings order, encouragement, and transformation. She understands that influence is not about authority or control, but about the quiet power to inspire change and uplift those around her. A good woman does not need to demand attention or assert dominance. Her influence is felt in the way she lives, speaks, and interacts with others. It is a natural extension of her character, values, and vision. Her influence begins with her presence. When a good woman enters a room, she carries a sense of calm, confidence, and purpose. Her demeanor reassures, her smile encourages, and her actions inspire. She brings clarity to confusion, stability to chaos, and hope to despair. Her presence alone can shift the atmosphere, not because she seeks to stand out, but because she embodies qualities that draw people toward her. She influences through her actions. A good woman leads by example, understanding that her behavior speaks louder than her words. She shows kindness even when it's not easy, chooses integrity over convenience, and works diligently without seeking recognition. She knows that people are watching, not to judge but to learn, and she uses this awareness to set a standard of excellence and authenticity. Her consistency in doing what is right earns her respect and admiration, making her a role model for others. Her words carry weight. A good woman speaks with intention, knowing that her words have the power to build or destroy. She chooses to speak life into situations, offering encouragement, wisdom, and perspective. Even in challenging conversations, she communicates with respect and understanding, avoiding harshness or unnecessary conflict. Her words inspire confidence in others, helping them see their own potential and value. Her influence extends to her family, friends, and community. A good woman nurtures those around her, creating an environment where people feel valued, supported, and empowered. In her family, she fosters unity, teaching the importance of love, respect, and shared purpose. Among her friends, she is a source of encouragement, always ready to listen advise, and celebrate their victories. In her community, she seeks to make a difference, whether by volunteering her time, sharing her resources, or using her voice to advocate for what is right. Her ability to influence is rooted in her authenticity. A good woman does not pretend to be someone she is not, nor does she seek to manipulate or deceive. She is genuine in her intentions and consistent in her character, and this honesty earns her the trust of others. People are drawn to her not because she is perfect, but because she is real. They know that her words and actions come from a place of sincerity, not selfish ambition. Her influence is transformative. A good woman does not merely adapt to her environment, she changes it for the better. She identifies needs and takes initiative to address them, whether it's mending relationships, solving problems, or bringing hope to a struggling soul. She has the vision to see what could be and the determination to make it happen. Her influence is not about making people dependent on her, but about empowering them to grow and succeed on their own. She also knows the importance of balance in her influence. A good woman does not impose her will on others or seek to control their decisions. She understands that true influence respects individuality and encourages people to find their own path. She offers guidance and support without overstepping boundaries, trusting that her example and encouragement will inspire others to make wise choices. Her influence is amplified by her humility. A good woman does not seek recognition or applause for the changes she inspires. She is content to work behind the scenes, knowing that her impact is not diminished by a lack of visibility. Her humility allows her to focus on the needs of others rather than her own ego, and this selflessness enhances her ability to make a difference. Her influence is not limited by her circumstances. Whether she is in a position of power or a place of quiet service, a good woman finds ways to leave her mark. She understands that influence is not about titles or resources, but about mindset and intention. She uses whatever opportunities and platforms she has to spread positivity, inspire growth, and bring about meaningful change. A good woman's influence is enduring. The seeds she plants in the lives of others continue to grow long after she has moved on. Her words echo in their hearts, her example shapes their actions, and her encouragement fuels their dreams. Her legacy is not measured in monuments or accolades, but in the lives she has touched and the difference she has made. In a world that often celebrates power and position, a good woman reminds us that true influence comes from within. It is not about what you have, but who you are. Her ability to inspire, uplift, and transform is a testament to the strength of her character and the depth of her purpose. Her influence is her strength, and through it, she creates a ripple effect of positivity and progress that reaches far beyond her immediate circle. A good woman's faith is her anchor. She wins battles not by sight, but by her unshakable belief in a higher plan. Her faith is the foundation of her strength, the source of her peace, and the light that guides her path. It is not merely a set of beliefs, but a living, active trust in the divine purpose for her life. Her faith sustains her in ways that human understanding cannot, giving her the courage to face challenges and the resilience to rise above them. Faith allows her to see beyond the present. A good woman understands that life is not defined by temporary setbacks or fleeting victories, but by a greater purpose that often unfolds in ways she cannot immediately comprehend. When others see obstacles, she sees opportunities for growth. When faced with uncertainty, she chooses to trust rather than fear. Her faith gives her the ability to endure hardships with hope, knowing that even the darkest nights eventually give way to morning. Her faith is her source of strength in adversity. A good woman does not rely solely on her own abilities, but draws from the well of her spiritual confidence. She knows that she is never alone, that her struggles are not in vain, and that every trial she faces is part of a larger plan for her good. This belief empowers her to persevere, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Her faith is not a denial of reality, but a declaration that her circumstances do not define her destiny. Faith also shapes her perspective on success and failure. A good woman does not measure her worth by worldly standards, but by her alignment with her divine calling. She understands that every experience, whether a triumph or a setback, has a purpose in her journey. This perspective frees her from the fear of failure and the pressure to prove herself. She moves forward with confidence, knowing that her steps are guided and her efforts are meaningful, even if the results are not immediately visible. Her faith gives her peace in the midst of chaos. While the world may be filled with noise, confusion, and uncertainty, a good woman finds solace in her belief that there is a higher plan at work. This peace is not the absence of challenges, but the assurance that she is anchored, unshaken by the storms of life. Her calm demeanor and steady resolve inspire those around her, showing them the power of faith to bring stability and hope. A good woman's faith also influences her decisions. She seeks guidance through prayer, reflection, and wisdom, trusting that divine direction will lead her to the right path. She does not act out of haste or desperation, but takes her time to align her actions with her beliefs. This faith-driven approach helps her navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose, ensuring that her choices are not just practical but also meaningful. Her faith is a source of joy. A good woman understands that joy is not dependent on circumstances but is a fruit of her faith. Even in difficult times, she finds reasons to be grateful, to celebrate, and to smile. Her joy is a reflection of her trust that all things are working together for her good. This inner light radiates outward, uplifting those around her and creating an atmosphere of positivity and hope. Faith also teaches her patience. A good woman knows that life does not always move on her timetable, and that waiting is often a necessary part of the process. She does not see delays as denials but as opportunities to grow in trust and endurance. Her patience is not passive but active, a demonstration of her belief that the best things come in their appointed time. Her faith inspires her to serve others. A good woman understands that her blessings are not just for her benefit but are meant to be shared. She gives generously of her time, energy, and resources, trusting that her faithfulness will multiply her impact. Whether through acts of kindness, words of encouragement, or a listening ear, she uses her faith to bring comfort, hope, and transformation to those around her. Her faith also fuels her courage. A good woman steps into the unknown with boldness, not because she has all the answers, but because she trusts the one who does. She takes risks, faces fears, and embraces challenges with the confidence that her journey is divinely orchestrated. Her courage is not reckless, but rooted in a deep conviction that she is walking in purpose and that every step, no matter how uncertain, is part of a greater plan. Her faith leaves a legacy. A good woman's trust in a higher plan becomes a source of inspiration for others. Her life is a testimony of what it means to walk by faith, to persevere through trials, and to live with hope. Those who encounter her are encouraged to believe in their own journey, to trust in a greater purpose, and to find strength in their faith. Ultimately, a good woman wins, not because she avoids challenges, but because her faith empowers her to overcome them. Her belief in a higher plan gives her the vision to see beyond the present, the strength to endure the trials, and the courage to embrace the future. Her faith sustains her journey, guiding her through the unknown and ensuring that she emerges victorious, not just in her circumstances, but in her spirit. A good woman does not crumble under pressure. She rises, adapts, and thrives, turning setbacks into stepping stones. Resilience is her hallmark, the quiet strength that carries her through life's storms and enables her to emerge stronger, wiser, and more determined. It is not merely the ability to endure difficulties, but the capacity to grow through them, to find meaning in challenges, and to transform adversity into opportunity. Resilience begins with her mindset. A good woman views challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities for growth. She does not waste time lamenting what could have been or fearing what might come. Instead, she focuses on what she can control and takes proactive steps to overcome obstacles. Her perspective is rooted in hope and possibility, allowing her to see even the darkest moments as part of a larger, meaningful journey. Her resilience is fueled by her ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and a good woman understands the importance of flexibility. When plans fall apart, she does not give up, she adjusts. She knows that rigidity leads to frustration, while adaptability opens the door to new paths and solutions. This willingness to pivot and innovate allows her to navigate even the most uncertain terrain with confidence and purpose. Resilience also shows in her determination. A good woman does not let failure define her. She understands that setbacks are not the end of the story, but simply a chapter in it. Each challenge is a chance to learn, and each stumble is an opportunity to rise again. Her determination is not stubbornness, but a deep-seated belief in her ability to persevere. She refuses to be defeated by temporary difficulties, knowing that her resolve is stronger than any obstacle. Her strength lies in her ability to turn pain into purpose. A good woman does not allow hardships to harden her heart or diminish her hope. Instead, she uses her struggles as fuel for her growth and her mission. She learns from her losses, finds beauty in her scars, and lets her challenges shape her into a more compassionate and capable person. Her resilience is a testament to her ability to rise above circumstances and find meaning even in the midst of suffering. Resilience also means having the courage to face fear and uncertainty. A good woman does not shy away from the unknown or let fear paralyze her. Instead, she confronts her fears with faith and steps forward with boldness. She knows that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. Her willingness to take risks and embrace uncertainty allows her to achieve what others might consider impossible. Her resilience inspires others. When a good woman rises above her challenges, she becomes a beacon of hope for those around her. Her story of perseverance encourages others to believe in their own strength and to face their own trials with courage. She does not hide her struggles but shares them openly, showing that resilience is not about perfection but about progress. A good woman also understands the importance of self-care and resilience. She knows that strength requires rest and that endurance is built through balance. She takes time to nurture her body, mind, and spirit, recognizing that resilience is not just about pushing through but also about replenishing herself. By prioritizing her well-being, she ensures that she has the energy and clarity to face challenges with grace. Her resilience is anchored in her relationships. A good woman does not try to do everything alone but leans on her support system when needed. She surrounds herself with people who uplift and encourage her, and she is not afraid to ask for help or share her burdens. Her resilience is not a solitary effort, but a collective strength that comes from being part of a community that cares. Resilience also means embracing imperfection. A good woman does not expect herself to have all the answers or to always get it right. She allows herself to be human, to make mistakes, and to grow from them. This acceptance of her imperfections frees her from the pressure to be perfect and allows her to focus on progress instead. Her resilience is a celebration of her humanity, a reminder that it is okay to fall as long as she gets back up. Her resilience leads to victory because it is unwavering. While others may be deterred by challenges or discouraged by delays, a good woman stays the course. She does not quit when the road gets tough or when results are slow to come. Her resilience is a declaration that she is not defined by what happens to her, but by how she responds. It is this spirit of perseverance that ultimately propels her to success. In the end, resilience is not just about surviving, it is about thriving. A good woman does not merely endure difficulties, she rises above them, stronger and more prepared for the road ahead. Her ability to adapt, learn, and persist ensures that no obstacle can keep her from her purpose. Resilience is her victory, her proof that she is not only capable of withstanding the storms of life, but of transforming them into winds that propel her forward. In closing, let us celebrate the essence of a good woman, a woman whose purpose defines her, whose value radiates from within, whose wisdom is her guide, and whose influence transforms the world around her. She is anchored by faith, sustained by resilience, and empowered by an unshakable belief in her divine calling. A good woman wins not because she avoids struggles, but because she overcomes them with grace, strength, and an unrelenting pursuit of her destiny. Her life is a testament to the power of purpose, the beauty of character, and the transformative force of a heart aligned with vision. She does not seek applause, yet her actions command respect. She does not strive for titles, yet her impact defines her greatness. She does not rely on the fleeting validation of others, because her confidence flows from a higher source. A good woman always wins not by competing but by contributing, not by taking but by giving, and not by following trends but by setting standards. She is a beacon of hope, a model of courage, and a catalyst for change. Her legacy is not written in the fleeting pages of history, but in the lives she touches, the dreams she inspires, and the change she ignites. So to every woman striving to be good, know this: your victory is certain when you embrace your purpose, walk in your value, and let your light shine unapologetically. For a good woman doesn't just succeed, she transforms. She doesn't just win, she leaves the world better than she found it.